In this video, we uncovered the shocking story of a killer husband who believed his dark secret was safe until the recordings surfaced. A young woman disappears with her entire future in front of her.
What the hell is going on?
We're trying to get a hold of her out of this. She must be.
Was she like arrested? What's
No. Not arrested. Just...
Someone she trusted deceived her.
Are you gonna like ever tell me what's going on with my wife?
Well, so the concern is that we found her at the trailer, and she's not doing well.
What actually transpired between Jacob Spray and Jamie Wilson, as revealed in a court ruling that left everyone in shock.
What did he say?
Well, he told us something slightly different.
I got this on.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Don't do this!
Before we continue, I want to know, where are you watching from today? Whether you're in the U.S., across the globe, or somewhere in between, drop it in the comments below. It's always great to see how far these stories travel. And if you're finding this case as fascinating as I do, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Now let's dive back into the story. When Jaime Wilson Spray was just 25, everything in her life was falling into place. She was intelligent, diligent, and things were beginning to make sense for her. However, her life was abruptly taken in the most illogical manner. Jaime was only a few weeks away from receiving her master's degree in organizational management and leadership by March 2024. She concentrated on that. She worked as an executive chef and attended Washington State University, balancing her studies. Too busy? Yes, but she was doing quite well. On March 26, 2024, Jaime's body was discovered inside a mobile home in the peaceful trailer park where she had been residing. It was obvious that a horrible event had occurred. Her nose, chin, and left eye were all marked, and she had bruising on the left side of her mouth, abrasions close to her eye, and bruises down the bridge of her nose. But what's the true mystery? The extent of the neck injury raises concerns. The redness surrounding her wounds indicated that she was still alive when they occurred, her body responding by raising her blood pressure while she struggled to endure the agony. An injury like that doesn't just happen. Additionally, Jaime's death was violent and intentional rather than the result of an accident. The query persisted. Why? What had caused this? Police wanted to see Jaime's husband, Jacob Spray, as soon as their body was discovered. Detectives immediately understood they needed to hear his version of the tale because the two had only been apart for a few weeks.
I got a cat out here.
Okay, I wouldn't shoot anything. You don't have any weapons on you, do you?
Nothing. Well, I have like a pocket knife, but
Okay, can you keep it in there for me?
yeah, I'm not doing nothing.
The police knew him from a previous time they dealt with a road rage report. Today, though, the air felt different. The cops called him right after he got off work. Jake was a mess.
We talked before. We talked the road rage thing. Some guy was messing with you, right?
Yeah, making fun of my list.
Yeah.
But what's going on with Jamie? I need to seriously know because you guys got me freaking the out because you called me. I was just getting off work, and now I can't get a hold of her. I called her sister, and she won't answer my call. All she said was, "I can't talk to you right now," and I'm just like literally in tears, freaking the out, and I just don't know what's going on.
He needed answers badly, but the police weren't ready to give them. The police told Jacob that they were just trying to check on Jamie and kept the conversation moving slowly. He took the bait. He said he had talked to her earlier that day.
And you guys aren't really being forward with me.
Yeah, we're trying to make contact with her and figure out if she's okay. I guess there's some people concerned, so that's kind of why we're following up with everyone.
I talked to her today.
Okay,
I gave you guys my timeline. It was like 3:51.
Okay.
Like that I had talked to her.
And that's Jamie.
Yeah, my wife.
Sorry.
We're still married. We're filing this Friday, but we've been separated since February 14th.
They hadn't seen each other since Valentine's Day, but things between them had been mostly calm.
But we've been very cordial. There's been like a couple like instances where we weren't totally agreeing on stuff, but like I just gave her like $1,000 so she could, because she was like wanting to move out of state.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, she was like, can I take the trailer? I go, well, I kind of want to keep the trailer. But I was like, what if I give you like $1,500 and then technically 1750. Technically 1750, but that was gonna like pay for like the trailer insurance. But the 250 that I deducted was like trailer insurance and
Jacob Spray was attempting to wipe the tears from his eyes. His speech was a little slurred, and the alcohol in his breath made it smell bad. Because they had broken up on Valentine's Day, he kept coming back to Jaime, but they still had ties between them. As you might expect, Jacob said that things hadn't been bad, just a little rough around the edges. Then Jacob talked about the last time he said he had heard from her.
So you talked to her at 351, but you haven't seen her today?
no, we don't really like cross paths. It's been kind of that thing.
Gotcha. When
What the hell is going on?
we're trying to get a hold of her. I guess you must be.
Was she like arrested? What's
No. Not arrested. We're trying to locate her or whatnot, and someone was concerned about her. So I haven't heard from her. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
The cops only told him that they were looking for her and that someone was worried.
Can you?
She's got like a group of new friends. Pagana. My phone would help me better. But you said the truck was there, and you said you heard the phone. So she doesn't really leave.
Gotcha.
She can't leave home without either one, really. So what the man? What are you trying to tell me right now?
I'm not telling you anything right now. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what's going on so I can give the officers their look. So I just got here.
When he asked again what the police were really trying to say, his voice got a little weak. The police didn't get angry. They hadn't said anything bad about him yet. They were just putting together the puzzle. As the pressure in Jacob's chest grew, he blurted out even more. He brought up the fact that Jaime had been seeing someone else.
She did hook up with a girl in that trailer park. We lived there like over the summer. This last summer, not like, there was a girl that she used to hook up with, so.
He said it made their marriage worse, but he told himself that it was okay.
And it was like a struggle in our marriage, but she was always like kind of bi. So like, I mean, honestly, I know it's stupid to think, but it's better than somebody else. Like some dude. Like, it's like,
So I'm just trying to figure out what happened today.
He stood there, looking lost as he tried to figure out what had happened to Jaime today in real time. Jaime wasn't someone you could forget quickly. When she walked into a room, you could almost see this spark in her. She had the whole world to herself. She had 3 weeks left to go to get her master's degree, and she wanted to open her own diner one day. But she didn't just chase big goals in her life. She was the aunt who would sing, laugh, and dance when she got together with her family. Her energy made every event more fun. Her cousins and nephews loved her so much they worshipped her. She wasn't just family to them, she was a superhero in real life. She had no fear. She was about to blow everyone away. She's no longer there, though. The police were interested in what happened today between them. After drinking a lot, Jacob Spray tried to explain himself, putting things together, even though his mind was a little foggy.
So I'm just trying to figure out what happened today. What did she say to you, or what was the conversation at and you said 351, is that in this afternoon?
it was this afternoon.
Okay, what was the conversation then?
We were just talking. Like,
Gotcha.
we were just, I had sent her a thing about that song.
It was clear that Jacob sent Jamie some songs that were very important to him.
It's like it's a real popular song right now. Don't Take Her From Me. Like God can give it, God can take it.
Gotcha.
And I said, this song will always haunt me. And then I was like, and then the other one from, we were always on road trips, and it says, from strangers to friends to lovers to lovers to friends to strangers. And I always would tell her I never wanted that for us. And I said, that one always rings in my head too. She's like, yeah, like, you know, I get it, I understand. And I just said, I hate this. I love you so much.
You said that today?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The police paid close attention and let Jacob say everything. People were talking about more than just a breakup. There was sadness, sorrow, and confusion all rolled into one messy afternoon that was quickly turning into something much bigger. Even though a lot had happened, Jacob tried to explain that they had still been friendly most of the time, though there had been some rough spots. He specifically talked about a time when things were tense.
So
we're still like cordial.
Yeah.
Like we're still chill. Like I did call the police on her one time because she had threatened me with domestic violence. Like she was like gonna stage it.
Oh, gotcha.
And so she had like showed up here to like, she said to get her dog, but it was the same day that she had like threatened me with DV, and she showed up and I called the police, and then she got all mad at me for that.
Jacob said that things were mostly back to normal after that. It was almost like he was trying to convince himself as much as anyone else. The police kept pressing softly because they wanted to know when everything would happen. He was asked about the text from Jamie that morning.
And you said when you received those messages, where were you at?
I was in Moscow.
Gotcha. When did you come back to Pullman?
6, maybe 6:30. Dinner goes out at 6, so.
And you say you work at a restaurant or something like that, right?
Sorority.
Oh,
I cook for a
service, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But dinner goes out at 6, so, I mean, it usually takes me a few minutes after that to, like, kind of wipe down counters, get everything going. I don't know. I usually get back here about 6:30. And
did you drive back straight here from the sorority?
I stopped at Hoopmart.
Okay. So you left around 6-ish.
6-ish, yeah.
From the sorority in Moscow.
Yeah. Took the highway back, came down whatever it is. You come down the roundabout, come back up, go by Hoopmart, come all the way down this way, and I come right out here.
His explanation was that when he was done, he didn't go straight home. He stopped for a drink first. Jacob kept telling them about his day, going over each step again and again, as if he were leaving notes for the police to follow. He waited patiently, and the police weren't in a hurry either. They were careful and moved slowly to make sure they didn't miss anything he said. He finally leaned in and pushed them a little. He also wanted to know,
are you going to tell me what this is about? Like, do I need to go to the bank and get bail money, or what's?
But I've been just trying to figure out, where you been, where she's been, what's going on with everything.
She hasn't responded to me since you got a hold of me because, like I said, I hadn't talked to her.
At least until the cops showed up. Everything was fine. It was like she vanished into thin air after they got involved. One of the cops went around again.
When did the officer get a hold of you?
I'd have to look at my phone, but he called me and I was still working.
Gotcha. So before 6.
Yeah, and so I went to silent. I had my headphones in.
Oh.
I'm working. I didn't know who Coy was. So I'm like, whatever. He left me a voicemail. So when I got off, once I got home, I think I was like pulling in, and I actually called him back, or I checked the voicemail.
Oh, what, you got home?
I think so.
Okay.
I might have called him when I was still in the parking lot, but I feel like I called him when I got here.
Gotcha.
Because I was just like curious. I'm like, who is this person?
But he remembered being interested and asking why a random police officer was trying to get in touch with him.
He was like, you got keys to that trailer? And I was just like, the one my wife's in? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, no, we agreed I wouldn't have any. She's got the set of keys, and I have a set down in Lewiston.
Mm-hmm.
And I offered to, because he was like, well, we need to get in there. There was a disturbance, like a checking on the peace. And that was all I ever heard. And then I think you called me, or somebody called me and said, I can hear a phone ringing in there. And so now I'm worried because she was supposed to fix the propane thingy, like the propane reader.
Mm-hmm.
It had broke, and so I was thinking maybe she got like carbon monoxide poisoning, but also I know she's been hanging out with people, so I don't know like if she's like done some bad blow or something.
The police weren't going to let Spray off the hook so easily. They kept going back and forth over his story, looking at small details to make sure they matched up with what he said. Spray could also feel it. They stopped just talking for a while and started getting closer. They both leaned in a little, but not in an angry way. Then he asked a question that could really throw Spray off if he wasn't telling the truth.
What kind of phone is that?
Samsung.
You have it inside? That's the one you're talking about that's charging?
Yeah.
Okay.
While writing something down, the cop just nodded and did something else that didn't seem important. Spray could tell that they were setting something up. Question after question came up, steady but heavy.
And so the last you heard from us, and you've been here,
Correct.
they asked you about the keys, and then you've been here since that time until did you text the officer or something like that? Like, what's going on?
I texted him, and then I also been texting and calling Jamie.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I called my dad, just because I was trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And nobody was talking to me, so.
After a short pause, the police officer watched to see what he had to say next.
What's your dad's name?
Randy.
Randy?
Yeah.
What'd you tell him about what's going on?
Not much. I just needed to know what I should do and if I needed to get money, because I thought I was going to have to bail her out for something.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I was just trying to figure out, like, how he does it.
Gotcha.
Now his voice had a whine to it, like he was trying to sound angry instead of scared. The police were not going to let him off the hook.
You had your phone, so you made a call to, what time would you think you called Randy? Your dad's name's Randy, your dad. What time did you call your dad?
Yeah. I don't know. What time is it now?
Oh, 8:15.
35 minutes ago, maybe 40.
To keep things going, the police asked him to plan out his whole day again, but this time they wanted times.
What time did you go to work this morning?
8:15.
Okay. And
Well, no, I got there at 8:15,
Gotcha.
so I left here at like 7, probably 50.
did you?
My work, I start a 30-minute workout at 6:45 a.m. Usually when I finish that, I do some weights, some sit-ups, I take a shower, let him out, and then I hop in the car and I bounce. And so I usually get there about 8:15, and then I'm there all day.
The police officer kept leaning in and wouldn't let up. Spray then had a chance to ask his own question for the first time in a while. This time, the police officer does answer.
Okay.
Are you gonna like ever tell me what's going on with my wife?
Well, so the concern is that we found her at the trailer, and she's not doing well, and the medics are trying to help her. We're just trying to figure out what is going on and what happened to her and what's going on.
Like what?
So I don't know. That's what we're trying to. So I just got. He said, "Hey, come ask him about what happened." He's the last one that knew where she was, as far as we know, and so they were trying to figure out where that is.
I talked to her like we're still friends.
It makes sense. English said PC. And so, what's going on there, and trying to figure out.
How long had it been since Spray had been to the caravan park? The police asked. He told them they had to meet outside.
What happened? When's the last time you've been over to that trailer park?
So I was over there last night.
Okay.
I dropped off food.
Gotcha.
I dropped off jerk chicken with dirty rice and a Rice Krispie treat and Brussels sprouts that were sweet chili sauce.
Okay.
She was about to leave. She was on her way out the door.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even go in the trailer. We met outside. I tried to make out with her. She said, "I don't want to make out."
Hey.
She did kiss me, and we hugged.
Mm-hmm.
But she said she had to go to work to do a fruit tray for 7:30, so she didn't have to come in early.
Gotcha.
And I was just getting off work, and it was about 6 p.m.
There were more questions from the police. The police were slowly tying him up tighter and tighter.
Does she work in food service too?
Yeah, she's the catering chef. She's the executive catering chef for Vandal Eats.
Oh, gotcha. Last night, everything was cool? You guys weren't fighting or anything like that?
No, everything was fine. And we were fine today, too. Everything was fine.
Gotcha.
I literally texted her. I said I got the confirmation on our divorce paperwork. So, I'll go pay that on Friday. So we're all good. And she's like, "Do I need to be there?" I said, "No. It just sounds to me like I just have to go and show him the stupid email. And we're good."
Okay.
There was something else on his mind, but the next part of the exchange shows what it was. He was scared when he heard about Jamie.
She told me she loved me. I said, "You promise?" She said, "Yes." I'm sorry, I'm kind of needy.
I got you.
I still love her, even though she left me. I'm still, I've told her numerous times, we can't go back. But honestly, if she were to be I'll take you back. Go back.
Gotcha.
So what hospital is she at? Can I go see her?
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. So I don't know. I am with you. Being honest with you, he's gonna come up here and he'll have more information about what's going on. He just asked me to come see.
So I have more, please.
The police called the talk back to something they needed to settle. Spray said it happened once about a year ago.
When you guys, you said that like she's claimed or was talking about claiming domestic violence. Was there any other physical fights between you guys ever in the past or anything like
So
that?
there was one about spring break of last year. She was pretty amped up about an event she had where she had to fly to California. And it was kind of a cool event. It was like at a winery, but she was feeling the pressure of it. And also she had to like chaperone, like I think 12 students, maybe 10, 12 students. So she was just kind of like stressed out.
Spray also had his own problems going on at the same time.
I had an interview the next morning for Whitman County Hospital. So I was stressed out. We both drank. We both were hitting, not hitting each other, but like hitting each other with like words. And I tried to go to bed. She like grabbed me. I ended up macing her, because she was like swinging, you know what I'm saying? And that's all I could think of. I was wearing this jacket actually, and I don't have mace in it right now, but I had some right here, like, and I don't have it now, but I had some. And so it was like the first thing that I could think of. And, she still came at me, now blind, really swinging. And I had like held her, and she went the next day and filed a DV report on me, showed him the bruises.
Spray still couldn't believe it had gone so far. They got past it. He thought that, at least. He said over and over that it wasn't because they hated each other, it was the stress. Both sides are under too much stress. It got too hot. Jake tried to explain why they broke up.
As far as the split goes, you're describing it as fairly amicable.
Yeah, no, I have the papers in my car. I don't want it.
Sure.
But she wants it. I love her. We'll do it. Like I said earlier, if she were to be like, take me back, I would do it in a heartbeat, even though it's like throwing my whole dignity and my everything away.
He knew it sounded hopeless. He didn't try to hide it. He told her to have fun and acted everything was okay. But it wasn't. Jacob told Jaime that he wasn't planning to go to California right away. That's not what Jacob thought it was about. It was all about losing her. He said that they were still talking today. They might have talked for 20 minutes or longer. He had forgotten. While they were on the phone, time got fuzzy. It always did. But the cop wanted more information. The police asked Jaime if he had said anything else. From his end, there wasn't much more to it. He told them that Jaime didn't always tell him everything when they pushed him a little more. He tried to honor that, even though it hurt. It made her feel bad. She needed some room. There were times, though, when Jaime would still ask him the same questions when his phone rang. Even so, he tried. He tried to be better by giving her the room she said she needed, even though it made him feel bad. The subject of their call that afternoon came up again in the talk. He knew it would be a mess. His family didn't like her.
Like, my family, never, like, no matter what. Like I said, I would take her back, but my family, it would be an awkward Christmas. Even worse Thanksgiving.
Then Jacob told the police about Valentine's Day, which had happened a little more than a month before. Things were fine at the start of that Wednesday. He planned to surprise Jamie at work with flowers, but Jaime didn't want him to come in.
Well, that Wednesday was Valentine's Day. So I had flowers, and I had texted her, and I go, hey, you mind if I come by your work? I got something for you. She goes, well, can we meet outside? And I go, yeah, that's... So she hops in my car, and I'm like, hey, flowers, happy Valentine's Day, love you.
Jamie didn't smile back, though. Jaime told Jacob something he couldn't believe while he was sitting in his car with the flowers he had chosen for her.
And she goes, I want a divorce. And I was just like, whew, I did not see that coming.
So nothing was going bad before that?
No.
The police couldn't figure out what was going on. Before she said anything, she had to be sure. Jabez said he could understand, even though it hurt him. He said that he had thought about killing himself. He did it because he had to, not because he meant it.
Like, she said, so as we've talked over this last 6.5 weeks, she's like, I felt it for a while. I just didn't know, like, if I was ready for it, and I didn't want to make a mistake. So I had to make sure I was sure, you know. And I get that. I understand it. It was a shock to me, and, you know, terrible news to me.
Sure.
But, and I didn't do well. You know, I threatened to kill myself, and I was like, I would never, but, you know, try to pull that, like, sympathy card.
What did you tell her when that happened?
What did I...
Like about suicide? Did you tell her that? Like I was...
Yeah.
After 2 more minutes of talking, Jacob's voice began to get a little rougher, with the edge showing. He looked like the stress was making him sick.
You're not giving me any information. All you're doing is questioning me, and now I'm starting to worry. Like, she did some, like, coke or something with fentanyl in it or something, and you're talking about another officer coming, which...
Yeah, so
it, like, got me kind of jittery.
One of the police officers spoke slowly and carefully to keep the peace. There was no reason for them to be secret. They had to wait too, just like he did.
Well, it's just like we don't know the whole story, right? We just got on shift and we were just told to come check on you. So we don't even know what's going on. So,
Well, I don't know the whole story.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though Jacob seemed to agree, it was clear that he was getting antsy. It kept going back and forth, and neither side could really get a grip. Jacob was trying to answer, but he was still clearly very upset and was moving around a lot. After about an hour, the police changed their approach a bit. They asked Jacob about the call he had with his dad earlier that day.
You said your father was at the casino or something? Or
They're at the Coeur d'Alene Casino right now.
They're at the Coeur d'Alene. Gotcha. And what did he say when you got off the phone with him?
We cut out.
Okay.
I don't think he could hear me. And I was trying to talk to him, and yeah, it was just cutting out. Then it just clicked out, and then that was it.
Okay.
A little more, the police tried to get a better idea of what Jacob told his dad before the call ended.
But you told him that, what was it you said you told him again?
So the cops called about Jamie,
Yeah.
and I can't get a hold of her.
Okay.
I said, would you call her?
Uh-huh.
Like, but I don't think he heard me because, like, he didn't say yes.
Uh-huh.
And then it just, like, cut out.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, because I thought maybe she's ignoring me because we're, like, not talking.
The officer then told them that they had already talked to Jacob's dad and that he had told them something slightly different from what Jacob was saying now.
So that, you know, we had a chance to talk with him, and he shared something a little bit different that you had shared with him. Can you tell me a little more about that part of it, though?
Jacob looks really shocked.
What did he say?
Well, he told us something slightly different, and I suspect you might know what he said differently.
That's when it really hit Jake Spray. The police never believed his story. They were just letting him talk himself into a corner for fun. Randy, his own father, had already given him up. Spray was hiding something, but it was now over. Fear set in quickly. Spray ran off quickly, trying to get to the house.
I got this arm. Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Don't grab it! I got this armpit.
They tried to hold Spray down, but he wouldn't give up easily. He turned and fought, which made a mess. A fight with the police? Never a good idea. He finally fell down, out of breath, and hurt. The police didn't want to take any risks. Spray kept telling them to calm down, but they wouldn't move.
I'm locking up. Oh, me! That's me! Stop! Okay. Oh, I'm done. You're under the arrest. I'm done. Okay. I'm done. I got left arm pinned. Dude, I'm done. I'm done. I will do whatever you say. What?
Jacob Spray hadn't just tried to get away. He called the police before he even went outside or when they arrived. It was to Randy, his dad. On that call, Jacob admitted what he did. He told his dad straight out that he killed Jaime. Jaime had no idea it was going to happen. She was home on March 26th, 2024, happy and a little bit scared. She had a big job interview coming up for a raise. It was going to be over the phone because her boss said so, and things looked good at first. She was sure of herself and answered every question as if she knew the answer. But in the middle of it, when she should have been thinking about the future, her past burst through the door. When Jacob Spray broke in, everything changed right away. The caller who hired Jaime could still hear everything. The fight, the fear, Jaime's pleading, and then silence. Jacob attacked her right then, and her boss could only watch in shock. He let his sex needs get the best of him and had his way with her, and when he was done, he choked her. Jaime was gone in an instant. It was taken away from her on a day that she should have been very proud of herself. Once the police had him in custody, Jacob pretended that nothing had happened. Spray was put in handcuffs and told what his rights were. He was now officially in jail. The case against Jacob Spray was like a punch in the gut in court. The prosecutors put it all out. When Jacob saw that Jaime Wilson was really running away, he lost it. The worst blow came from someone in his own family. Jacob's dad spoke to the jury and said that his son had called him and told him what he had done. It got so bad that even Jaime's boss was caught up in it. She told the judge that Jacob broke into Jaime's house and beat, forced, and finally strangled her with his bare hands for an hour and a half. A lot of people said that Jaime's body died after 5 long minutes. Around 7:05 p.m., when rescuers found Jaime, he was already dead. There is no heartbeat, breath, or pulse. For 30 minutes, they tried to bring her back to life, but it was too late. All of it was put together for the jury by the prosecutors. Jacob's anger wasn't something that happened quickly. It had been getting worse for months. To get a divorce, Jaime had to file. There were cameras hidden in her trailer by Jacob. He kept calling her and sending her texts to bother her. Jaime had been with another guy the night before she died. Setting a match next to a petrol tank that is leaking was like a match when Jacob found out. He no longer thought of Jaime as a person. He owned her and treated her like a prize. No one else could have her if he couldn't. When police first talked to Jacob Spray about Jaime's death, he said he had nothing to do with it. He later admitted it. During his sentence, Jacob not only told his family sorry, but he also told Jaime. The judge wasn't moved, though, because he didn't see any real signs of weakness in Jacob. They didn't take long to decide. It only took them 4 hours to decide that Jacob Spray was guilty. Washington State had made their case. Jacob Spray was given his sentence at the end of March 2025. They wanted the highest sentence, which was 26 years. The range was 20 to 26 years. They got it. Spray was given a 26-year jail sentence on March 24, 2025. He is now 36 years old. Even though he was found guilty of terrible acts, the truth hit him hard. In Washington, 20 years is often thought of as a life sentence. It looks different when you do the maths, though. At age 56, Spray could get out of jail, giving himself plenty of time to restart his life. Jaime would never get that chance. Not only is the violence hard to accept in this case, but so is the waste. Dreams that will never come true because of a choice that can never be undone. Jaime was ready to take on the world, but her story is now only found in court papers. Jake Spray will get jail time, but it won't fix what he did. It keeps going without her. Thanks for watching this case. Every detail in this story shows how quickly things can change and how important it is to stay aware. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more true crime stories. Stay alert and stay safe. See you in the next video.